Welcome to our journey through the history of the Tower of London, one of the most famous prisons in history, known for the bloodshed, brutal punishment, and beheadings within its walls. The Tower of London has housed many wealthy prisoners, as well as those of a lower status. Today, we will explore the varied experiences of prisoners in the tower, depending on their crime, wealth, social status, and the era in which they were imprisoned. Initially built as a fortress by William the Conqueror in 1066, the Tower of London was not intended to be a prison. Over time, however, its purpose evolved, and it became one of the most gruesome prisons where criminals and political rivals were sent to meet their fate. King Henry I, who ascended the throne in 1100, was responsible for imprisoning the first inmate in the Tower of London. Ranulph Flambard, the Bishop of Durham, was charged with extortion, embezzlement, and simony. Despite his confinement, Flambard continued to lead a luxurious lifestyle, even managing to escape the tower by lowering himself down a window and fleeing to Normandy. During the mid-1500s, the Tower of London became known for increasingly worse jail conditions, particularly for those imprisoned for religious reasons. As England faced a religious crisis, heretics were often incarcerated until they renounced their Catholic faith. Torture was also commonplace during interrogations, with prisoners subjected to extreme abuse in order to extract confessions. Torture devices, such as the rack, scavenger's daughter, and tormento de toca, were used to inflict unspeakable pain on prisoners. Other methods included thumb screws, burning, and the brakes, a device used to crack teeth. Some prisoners were kept in a cell called the Little Ease, which was too small to lie down or stand up in, like Guy Fawkes, the conspirator in the 1605 gunpowder plot. Executions at the Tower of London were common, especially for prisoners of high status, who were often beheaded. Anne Boleyn, for example, was executed in front of a group of spectators. Skilled executioners were needed to ensure a swift death, and some prisoners, such as Sir Thomas More, would even tip the headsman to minimize their suffering. Other forms of punishment and death were also inflicted upon royal prisoners. George Plantagenet, the Duke of Clarence, was drowned in a wine barrel, while Edward IV's sons were executed and their bones were reportedly found buried under the White Tower stairs. Commoners, on the other hand, were usually subject to public hanging or burning at the stake if charged with heresy or treason. Wealthy prisoners at the tower lived in fancy apartments and even went on hunting trips, although they were not allowed to leave the prison. In contrast, poor prisoners faced much worse living conditions and were subjected to various illnesses and starvation, often succumbing to neglect or mistreatment in their cells. The duration of each prisoner's incarceration varied greatly. Some prisoners spent only a few days in the tower, while others were imprisoned for years. Some were allowed to leave once their blame was cleared, while others were freed after paying a ransom. Many, however, perished from starvation, were executed, or died naturally. Today, the Tower of London is a World Heritage Site that houses the crown jewels and is one of the most popular attractions in the UK. Visitors come from all over the world to see the famous yeoman warders, also known as the Beefeaters, and the Black Ravens that guard the castle. As we explore the tower's history, we can appreciate the diverse and often harrowing experiences of those who were imprisoned within its walls. As we reflect on the lives of prisoners who were once confined within the tower, we cannot ignore the immense impact that their wealth, social status, and the era in which they lived had on their experiences. In many cases, the well-off and influential individuals managed to maintain a relatively comfortable lifestyle during their imprisonment. They could bring along their servants, host feasts, and even go on hunting trips. The disparity between their experiences and those of less fortunate prisoners highlights the significant role that social class played in determining one's fate within the tower. Even within the confines of the tower, political intrigue and manipulation were not uncommon. Prisoners, such as Ranulph Flambard, who managed to escape and later regain his position of power, demonstrate the fluid nature of alliances and rivalries during this time. As a result, prisoners often needed to navigate a complex web of relationships and loyalties in order to survive, or even thrive in their circumstances. The Tower of London's history also serves as a stark reminder of the lengths that rulers would go to maintain their power and control. Executions, torture, and other brutal punishments were often employed as a means to silence opposition and maintain a tight grip on the population. The stories of Anne Boleyn, Guy Fawkes, and countless others who met their end at the Tower are a testament to the ruthlessness of the ruling elite. While the Tower of London's role as a prison has long since ceased, its legacy as a symbol of power, oppression, and resistance lives on. As we walk the halls and explore the grounds of this historic site, we are reminded of the countless lives that were forever altered within its walls. The tower stands as a testament to human resilience and the enduring spirit of those who faced unimaginable adversity. The Tower of London has played a significant role in shaping the history of England and its people. The experiences of prisoners within its walls were varied and often depended on factors such as wealth, social status, and the era in which they lived. We delve into the tower's past. We come to appreciate the rich tapestry of stories that have unfolded here, each contributing to our understanding of the complex and often brutal nature of human history. Thank you for accompanying us on this exploration of the Tower of London, a place where the echoes of the past continue to resonate with the present.